That's good for you because you get to learn more things faster than the rest. Okay, so without further ado, maybe let me introduce the first speaker today. Okay, the first speaker is Alexander. He's from Payoneer. Hi, Alexander. Hello.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Good morning.
Wow, that's a nice Payoneer wallpaper. Okay, Ken. So guys, what you're going to do is you've got any questions you want to ask, Alexander, after this, because we'll allocate about 10 minutes for question and answer. So beneath your screen, there's a Q&A. You can type in your Q&A, and then later on, we'll get Alexander to answer everything for you. Okay, but we will not be asking him about how much is the balance in your Payoneer account. Okay. Chat with us as well in the chat button. Okay, so if without further ado, let me get Alexander to start. Okay, thank you so much.
All right, thank you, Andy. Good morning, everybody. Let me just share my screen here. Are you guys able to see it? Okay.
We can see.
All right. Okay, so maybe I'll just talk about our company for a little bit. I'm not sure how familiar everybody is with what we do, but Payoneer is a cross-border payments company. So we're internationally based. We cater to clients from all over the world. So we're over here managing the Southeast Asia for the direct receiving side. We work with platforms like Amazon to help out the sellers make sure that whichever country you are in Southeast Asia, you're able to receive your funds whenever you sell on Amazon or the different countries of Amazon. I'll go into that more later. But so that's what we do. We get those funds into your local bank account, and we handle the FX for you without having to pay any of those wire transfer fees or getting held up with any of the other issues because we work directly with Amazon already, right? So for today, I'll make it quick. So my presentation today, because we're at the beginning, is to tee you guys up. So you'll be learning about all about e-commerce, selling on Amazon, marketing with all of the speakers. So what I'm going to talk to you about is the core of the business, the infrastructure. So it doesn't matter if you're able to sell a lot, but if you can't get the money back to your accounts or pay your suppliers, then you're going to have a problem. So that's what we do for you at Payoneer. What we're going to talk about today is getting your international B2B payments for your e-commerce business, because nowadays, especially with the COVID, people aren't going home. We've been having meetings this week, and we're seeing a big increase in e-commerce volume these last few weeks, right? So one of the things, or a few things that you're going to have to ask yourself is, how important is it to have a versatile cross-border payments provider? So there's a lot of ways you can do it. Some people use Bankwire, or other people use alternatives. Some people use Payoneer. What are the important things that you'd want to think about when you're setting this up, especially if you're in a country, let's say in Singapore or maybe Hong Kong? I'm in the Philippines. So our sellers here, we support these kinds of sellers over here. So the things that people always ask us about, or they think about, one is, how do you reduce currency conversion as much as possible? So what we do at Payoneer is we don't charge you any more fees for receiving it into your Payoneer account. So when Amazon sends you in dollars, you can receive that into your Payoneer account in USD, or if you're selling on the UK website, you can receive that in your British pound. The charges you get from us will be on the FX conversion rate, where we charge starting at 2% off the base price. For sellers who tend to have lots of volume over a month, we figure them into our VIP program, and we reduce that pricing otherwise and provide them with other services. So more on that later. Second important thing, especially for the guys who are drop shipping out there, or if you have a manufacturing plant somewhere else, one is, how do you pay your suppliers in the least amount of steps possible? Before my joining Payoneer, I knew a couple of exporters who would have to bring in raw materials, or drop shippers who would have to order from, let's say, a manufacturer in China or Vietnam these days. And then they would have to get that currency, their dollars, into their peso accounts in the Philippines, and then convert that back into dollars so that they can pay their Vietnamese or Chinese supplier. What we've done in Payoneer is allow users of Payoneer to pay their suppliers straight from their Payoneer account, so they don't have to do that double conversion of currency anymore. Or because we've been working out in Southeast Asia, we have suppliers already in Vietnam and China who use Payoneer, so people can just send funds straight within the ecosystem of Payoneer, so you don't have to get out there and charge costs anymore. Third one is access to high limit cards. So this is something that our e-commerce sellers really go for. So Payoneer services, we cater to service providers as well. So the freelancers on Upwork or the ones with the outsourcing agencies. But what we've seen for e-commerce sellers is extremely important for them to have high limit cards. And why is that? People use it for their advertising, whether it be on Facebook advertising, or paying your digital marketing agencies. They use our virtual cards. We have a partnership with MasterCard. So Payoneer users, especially our sellers, are able to get issued virtual cards, which they can then pre-fund only for the funds they need to pay out for their marketing agencies. So helping that layer of security for you, and for others, they use these to manage the different marketing agencies or campaigns that they have by attaching one card to one specific payment for an agency. Fourth is enjoy free payments whenever possible. I've already talked about 2 free payments that you can make is paying your suppliers if they're a Payoneer user as well. So it's free to send money to other Payoneer users who are your suppliers. And then we're constantly building out the partnership ecosystem. For example, Andy is one of our partners. He helps us get Amazon sellers up and running and make sure that you guys are selling as much as possible and optimizing your business. So we're trying to make as big as of an ecosystem that we can, so that people are able to enjoy free payments and minimize the costs of running your business. And the fifth thing that I want to talk to you about is managing funds in different currencies. Over the last year, I've spoken to a lot of different Amazon sellers. I think Andy may have already told you about setting up maybe just in the US first, but more advanced users that we've seen are starting to broaden their stores. So we have now sellers who are selling in the EU site, in the UK site. Some people are selling in the JP site and then the AU sites as well. So what Payoneer does is we're able to give you all of these different currency receiving accounts with one Payoneer account. And then you're able to manage your revenues from these currencies, so you can store it in pounds or euros if you want. And then you can just choose whenever you want to send that back to your local bank account, wherever you may be. So this is just a quick snapshot of the people we work with around the world. We have customer support, especially for our VIP users. You get assigned an account manager who can help you out if you're having problems, or if you want to try out new features that may not have been rolled out yet to our general market. So as I've said, today we're going to be focusing on the e-commerce guys, but we work directly with a lot of platforms, making sure that there's less friction whenever these guys or your sales from these platforms and you want to get them back into your Payoneer accounts. We make sure that they arrive into your bank account safely and in a timely manner. So we've been doing a lot of partnerships around the region. We've been working with a lot of people around the world. We're getting feedback from them. We're trying to understand what matters to e-commerce sellers, what kind of services that you guys need. So one of the things that we worked on over the years is giving you guys the ability to pay for your suppliers straight from the Payoneer account, which has been very important for a lot of these e-commerce sellers, because it makes it really fast and you don't do that double conversion anymore. So this is how it works. So Payoneer, a lot of people will think that we're a payments gateway. No. So things to consider is, one is how to get money into your local bank account. A second thing to consider is how you're going to do collections from a payment gateway in your store. So luckily, if you're already on Amazon, it's more simple, but some guys out there with their own dedicated sites, we have to work with payment gateways like Stripe or 2Checkout, but we allow you to receive that in multiple currencies through your Payoneer account. You get virtual bank account details. as I've said already, for Payoneer, we want to make sure that it's easier for you guys. So we don't charge you for receiving what you get charged. And this is often a misconception with a lot of services. The only thing that Payoneer charges you for really is the FX, that when it gets sent back to your local bank account. You don't have to pay a wire fee or anything. Why is that important? If you're in the drop shipping business, or if your supply lines aren't as optimized yet, or you might not have optimized your marketing costs yet, so you really want to minimize the kinds of costs that you're paying for. And so we're trying to help reduce that for you as well, so that you're maintaining as much of your profit as possible. And the wire transfer fees can be one of those things that people don't think about, but can add up over time. All right, so how does it work? Same day funds withdrawal. This will vary from country to country. So we work with different local banks around the world, and we always work on trying to make it as fast as possible to your local bank. So if it's a partner bank that you have an account with, you will most likely see your funds within the same day from Payoneer to your local bank account. And you also have an option to withdraw to a foreign bank account. So we've had some users who are more advanced. They're, say, in Singapore and Hong Kong, but they have themselves a US dollar bank account. So we allow that as long as we can verify that it's your account. And as I've said already, we offer competitive rates for our customers, and especially for our larger sellers who are really ramping up. They become part of our VIP program, and they enjoy the exclusive benefits. So maybe you've seen it around the web. We've started talking about working capital in some parts of the world. So we have our CSMs, our customer success managers, who deal with the VIPs, who help roll out these new features specifically for you guys first. As I've said, what we call paying other people or paying your users for free is what we call a make-up payment. This is specially designed for e-commerce sellers, so that you guys can pay your suppliers as fast as possible, so that your supply lines keep running and they don't stop. So we've had some cases before where a supplier just says, okay, until I receive the payment, whatever is wrong, we're not gonna fulfill the orders that you have. And this can be a big headache for your problem. So this is a function that we've designed specifically for the guys out there who have to make sure that their suppliers are getting paid quickly and on time, to make sure that the orders are getting fulfilled. So this is what it would look like on your screen. So you can pay a supplier who is already a Payoneer users. And one of the newer things that we've done this year actually is allowing you to pay a supplier who is not a Payoneer user. So you don't have to convince them anymore. Hey, can you sign up for Payoneer so I can use you? We can send it straight from your Payoneer account directly to your supplier's account. So that will really help out your supply line. Okay, so this is just another screenshot of what the process would be like for you guys. I'll try and finish this up. So I think we're seeing questions already. We can go into the Q&A. So this is more of the process. And this is just a picture of we have a physical card if you want it, but then the virtual cards work the same way. You can have it in different currencies. You can get it in high limits, so you can do your spending and scale your marketing efforts quickly. So fun fact, the limit that we have, one of our highest limits that we've set is $200,000 daily. We do have some sellers who are spending that much for ads. And once you've gotten your revenues, we've gotten a lot of feedback. I've heard some of my friends as well ask me about this. What about the VATs, right? Because I'm a seller in Asia. What do I know about the taxes I have to pay in other countries? So Payoneer, we build out that ecosystem for you. In specific countries, we're trying to grow this out. You can already pay for the VAT for free from your account balance. So if we have a partnership with a VAT provider in that country, you're going to be able to see that in your Payoneer account, and then we can send that payment to them for you, so to reduce that hassle of having to send money back to that country. As I've mentioned already, we do have this VIP program for e-com entrepreneurs. We see that e-com entrepreneurs, especially nowadays, are scaling really fast, and it's important that you have somebody there who you can access when you need to, who you can contact. So you have a dedicated relationship manager. Reduced pricing is one, because of the volumes you're dealing with and the speed of your business. We're helping you reduce your costs and make sure that you get the best pricing on your FX as possible. we also provide you exclusive early access, as I've said, to the new features that we're still rolling out for the general market. And from time to time, we have Payoneer exclusive events for VIPs. So you might know, if some of you might have already seen the Payoneer forum that we do around the world. So we do smaller events with expert guests for VIPs. So we do VIP meetups. We've done one where we've brought some suppliers from around the world, and we brought them over to an expo in China where we have a lot of Payoneer users as well who are supplying the e-commerce sellers. We brought them there to an expo to go around and source their products. So these are the things that we do for our VIPs. All right, so I think that's the end of my presentation. We can go into the Q&A here. Let me see, we have some questions. Okay, so we have one here. Payoneer asks, so many documents to pay. How do I get rid of it? For the topic, pay your suppliers in less steps, non-Payoneer user. Yes, I'd have to acknowledge that this is something that we've been working on. So we've been building the non-Payoneer user payer products. So we have a team in the US who's been working on this. We're making sure that we reduce the amount of documents that we ask for when getting paid. One of the reasons that we do ask this is to make sure that we know where the money is coming from, because we are a regulated agency. So it's easier if we work directly with Amazon, for example, because we know that the funds are cleared by Amazon. But in case the money is not coming from Amazon, there are KYC documents that we have to ask. We've rolled out over the last 6 months now is ability to pay non-Payoneer users from your Payoneer account. So all you have to do is input their bank details and the money gets sent. If ever there's some documents that get asked, it's for our KYC. So this is really a developing thing that we've been working on. So we've been listening to the market. Do you have an amount limit to pay supplier? It will depend really on what business line you're in and what funds you have. We allow up to $200,000 for the high limit credit cards. We've seen some transactions pass through, and some of them are doing $1 million to pay a supplier. It all depends on the transactions that we're seeing in your account and whether that supplier is also checked out. So general rule, the higher that is, sometimes the more scrutiny it gets. But for the ones that we see that you're doing regular business with, it will be very smooth for you. And some people are doing up to $1 million for that. I have a limit on my Payoneer card. It is 30 transactions a day. Can I increase that limit? Yes, this is something that that can vary. Again, for our VIP users or for the ones who are with managed, you can go to your account manager and reach out. Maybe if you want, you can actually, I think I'll give out or Andy might be able to give out my email. You can email me. I can connect you with one of our account managers to help you out there. Otherwise, you can ask our customer support. You can reach out to customer care and have those transactions, try and have those transactions increase. They'll probably ask you a couple of questions and why you need it increased, some general hygiene questions, but it is possible. How do I become a VIP member and what are the benefits? VIP members usually are the ones who are doing a lot of business with us already. Depending on the different country or where you're in the region, safe to say if you're doing in the upwards of $35,000, you can reach out to me, let me know, or a manager would already reach out to you if they haven't already yet. They'll see that you can already ask to be opted into the VIP program. So the benefits, you get access to the newer features that we have. For example, working capital has been rolled out in different countries around the world. When we get access to that in Asia, our VIP users will be the first. Reduced pricing is one, you get VIP pricing. And of course, you get the personal service of an account manager. Here again, can we request spending limit up to $200,000? I thought only $5K per day. So you can reach out to us, reach out to your account manager, or reach out to our customer care to have this increased. But if you need to spend $200,000, you'd probably already be in our VIP program or qualified. So reach out to us and ask for to join the VIP program. Can we pay China's supplier in RMB directly to their China bank account? Oh, this one is a tricky one. So what we do is we have a lot of business in China. Actually, they use Payoneer to receive in US dollars, and then we will be the ones, or the users there will be the ones to withdraw it to their local RMB account. So this is tricky. You can't do it directly. We do have a big client base in China. They use Payoneer to receive in US dollars. I have an issue with my Payoneer. This is a name mismatch, Rocky O. The name mismatches, you can reach out to our customer support. We've had some of these cases. I'd have to be honest to say that, of course, people's naming conventions are different around the world. Whenever this happens, please reach out to through customer care, or if you have a customer support, if you have a dedicated account manager, we can help figure that out for you. We just need to see an explanation of the name mismatch and why it doesn't reflect the same way on Payoneer or your personal IDs as in Amazon, so that you can link it. So this is an issue that we've seen before, name mismatch because of conventions or because it's digital, you can't input it. Can Payoneer receive fund from Amazon that is in a different name? Because I have a friend. No, sorry, no. This is very strict, especially with working with Amazon. We can only deal with first-party account linking. Sorry about that, Weng. So your friend or your friend would have to set up the account in your own names. This is for security purposes. Account takeovers can be quite common when we let this through. Can you open multiple accounts with Payoneer? No. For security purposes, we only really allow one user to have one Payoneer account. Our system will detect if you have the same name or the same IDs. So one user per person, but you can have multiple currencies received into one account. So this is something that we do for you. You don't really need multiple Payoneer accounts. One account will do everything that you need it to do. Your FX rates to others. Yes, so competitive compared to others. There are some there that you can find that are lower. But what we do as well is we're trying to get the best match for the pricing that we offer. So we're lower than others. We're not the highest out there. We try for VIPs, it gets lower. So what we do is, as your business grows, we help you with those pricings and those features, and you get the better service from us. What countries can we use Payoneer to pay supplier? For one, as long as your supplier has a Payoneer account, that's no issue anymore. The ones that don't have Payoneer accounts, the common ones that we pay to are guys in Vietnam, guys in Hong Kong, in the US. Some of them will be in Malaysia, so we do have presence in Southeast Asia already. Can I transfer money from my Payoneer company account to my private bank account? Also, could the money transfer to TransferWise account? Not sure about the TransferWise account, Michelle. But yes, as long as you link the Payoneer, your private bank account to your company bank account, and that's linked in our system, you can pay it out. Otherwise, you would have to use our pay outside of network feature that we've rolled out over the last couple of months to allow you to pay out to a non-linked bank account. You just need to input bank account details. Here, Rebecca says, I'm here in the Philippines. How can I avail? What is the procedure?
I can't answer her. Don't worry.
Oh, it's been answered. Okay.
So I think all for the questions.
Yep. Okay. So I think that's all for the questions.
Okay.
Thank you guys very
much. Maybe I just want to let you guys know there are some students who have not attended my class yet. Okay, because some of you are still waiting for the class this month and also next month. So if you're not attended my class, don't worry, okay, because Payoneer is our official, our partner to apply for the cards. You will definitely be you learn the methods on how to apply the Payoneer card. So you don't have to waste time asking Alexander, because he's not here to answer these our questions, and also, if you guys want to, have the VIP program, everything, as a matter of fact, when you reach a certain limit, I roughly know how much is your sales, and I will actually get an account manager to talk to you. Okay, so if you have not, if I haven't given you the contact for the VIP, that means you are roughly not there yet. So you need to work harder and then get it done. Like for example, my cards are like almost unlimited every day, to spend on the purchases. Okay, but anyway, I'm grateful that Alexander, Payoneer actually supported this event today. We started this event about 4 years ago, and every year we have one in every country. Okay, but this year was a special year because we couldn't do it in the country because of the pandemic. So that's why we decided to do it online. And this time around, it seems that every year we got more and more speakers, and I'm very happy about that. So thank you so much, and I really look forward for a better relationship with Payoneer. And when I'm going to Philippines, I will catch you guys in your office soon. Is it okay?
Yeah, come visit us. Thank you, Andy. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Enjoy the rest of the day.
Okay, thank you. Okay, hey guys.